I actually came from a really good family. You know, if you looked at my family, you would say that, oh, she's got no reason to get depressed. They were loving. I had everything that I needed at home. You know, financially we were stable. I never wanted for anything. My parents were amazing, but I started to develop from the age of 16. I started to think about my future, and then I realized that one day I was actually going to die. I'd never thought about death before. And then when I started to think about the whole concept of death, I started to have my first panic attack. It started in my stomach, and then I started shaking and then screaming. It was horrible. I felt like I was going to die. And from that point, that's when I started to get depressed. I was always anxious. So anywhere I would be, even if it was a nice day like this, I'd be in a lovely park. Inside, it was like this kind of nerves, like uncomfortable. And I would feel like something heavy on me. Like there was a heavy load on me all the time. I didn't feel like I could speak to anyone because I really felt I was the only one that felt this way. You know, I felt like I would lose my friends, and even I thought if I explained to my family what was going on, I felt like I would make them start thinking the same way and they would start to have what I had. So it was like I felt like I had some kind of disease that I would pass on to my family. When I did eventually tell my parents, I started to make them suffer because they didn't know what to do with me. They didn't know how to help me. So one day I asked the counsellor, what do I do about this? And he said to me, I'm not here to tell you what to do, I'm just here to listen to you. And for me it was like, I don't need to talk about it anymore, I need help. What do I do to get rid of these feelings? How can my life change? And in the end, because I saw that it wasn't helping me, I ended up lying to the counsellor and to my parents and said, oh, everything's okay now, just so I could come off the list. Things got worse from there. The relationship with my father broke down completely because I started to become quite rebellious at home, and I would just start going out and disrespect him. I didn't even think to do any research or anything, because I'd been to the doctor hadn't helped me. And actually my dad had also first of all taken me to the Greek Orthodox Church to speak to the priest. So that was the priest, the counsellor, the doctor couldn't help, my parents couldn't help, my boyfriend couldn't help, the few friends that I did tell couldn't help. On the way back from work I would go past this building. And I would be on the bus and I would see lots of people inside, and it was packed. It was always packed. I remember the windows steamed up because there were so many people in there. And there was a sign that said, does it pay to pray? And then one night I had probably one of the worst panic attacks that I ever had. It was really, really bad. I was still shaking the whole day. Next day I went to work, I was shaking. I remember walking in, I walked in, it's like, as soon as I pushed the door open, it's like the shaking stopped. I felt like I had walked somewhere familiar, though it was the very first time that I'd walked in to this place, but it felt safe, it felt familiar, it felt like home. For the first time, someone said to me, your life can change. I felt better immediately, you know, when I left that first day. I never had a panic attack again after that very first service, never again. Today, my life is the complete opposite of what it used to be. I'm genuinely happy now. It's not fake, I'm not putting on a front. I never thought I could actually reach this point where I would feel this way, because when you've been through something like depression and other mental health issues, it really feels like you're stuck forever and like there is no future for you. But now I look forward to every day. Every area of my life has changed, including my marriage. because now, you know, we get on so well, we laugh so much, we're always joking around, messing around, we act like teenagers. We're in our 40s, but we act like teenagers today. So what I would advise someone that's going through depression or any other mental health issue is start attending the UCKG Help Centre, but go determined, believing that your life can actually change. And stick with it, persevere, because, you know, your life's not going to change completely overnight. You will see a difference immediately, I believe, but you need to, it's something that you have to persevere, you have to keep going with. Some people might think, oh, is there a cure? Well, yes, there is a cure. There is. And, you know, until the day I die, I will be, you know, speaking this message to people, because I don't want anyone to feel the way that I used to feel.